Oh, hello there. Well, you might be saying, say something. And we know, you're acting like, it's the first time we're ever just kind of sitting back enjoying the coffee, letting someone else take the reins at the party. Only problem is, the party isn't existing. And the party that is existing, apparently we weren't invited to. So, looks like we have to have our own party, but that's okay, because we've had multiple parties by ourselves multiple times, and it's a lot cheaper that way, believe you me. So, if you are, in the mood for cheap, then, oh boy, did you find the right place to go to? Or, in this case, not go to. But, whatever. Anyhow, we'll commence with the coffee drinking, as it's never too late for a cup of coffee. Unless it's too late, and a place that sells it is closed, in which case, apparently it's too late for a cup of coffee. But when your mom's at her second job and you brew yourself a pot of her most expensive coffee that there is, then you can have coffee anytime. Granted, it involves a little work, a little stuff you have to do on your end, okay? And that's all right. Not a big deal, not a huge deal, or anything like that. But you do get to enjoy it on occasion. So, fantastic. Anyhow, oh man. Saturday night, prime time, prime night. Everyone's out and about, having fun, enjoying their time at the clubs. Not at the clubs, at the bars, at the not clubs or not bars. People get involved in all sorts of stuff on, their nightly basis and their nightly routine. It's very not our routine to have a cup of coffee this late at night, but we are thinking to ourselves, do whatever you feel like. And while it's gotten in some trouble before, yes, hello, yes, hello and hi, we just did it anyway. We're like, let's go ahead, let's have that cup of coffee late at night. Hello, hi, yes. Let's keep ourselves more awake than we already do, listening to all the parties we weren't invited to. That's why we invited ourselves to this one. So, that's just how it goes. Well, just enjoying a cup of coffee is what we're doing. Yes, what about yourself? What are you doing there, Zayden? Yeah, just kind of kicking it. So mad. We're not mad at all. We're in a great mood. We just sound mad. That's because we're so fucking old and irate usually. So, hey, yeah, but did you get your hat on clearance? Ours was like, man, we maxed out maybe $1.50 or something on it. So we got it for a great deal. But obviously, we are clearance shoppers. Well, okay, the Switch is like, all right, that was a Christmas gift. Santa was very good that year. DG, like $2, all right, yeah, so, man, after tax, we're probably right about there. $2 for it, yeah. Well, I hope it serves you as well as it does us. I hope it serves you better than it does us. How about that? Let's send some way better tidings in your direction. Oh, officially awesome. Well, we've been officially awesome since our mom told us we were. So, that's been a while. But it's glad that the rest of everyone's realizing what a great shitty celebrity we are. So, and by great we mean mediocre, of course. But, you get what you pay for. Not a lot of funding in this one, eh? Yeah, well, that's all right. We got a character. No, man. Well, probably, so what is it? Philosophically, okay, let's get into character. Well, and by character, we mean, no, this is relatively us, sure. We can talk a little softer. We can talk a little louder, a little quieter. There's the philosophical thing that everyone wears a mask. So whether you're talking to a family member, whether you're at a job and talking to an employer or a boss, or whether, you're out in public talking to anyone in general, everyone wears a mask, and you could say, is that the real you? Is that a character? And obviously, it's very well could be. So you just kind of, I guess, accept it as a potential, sure. I'm sure there are elements of how we are interacting now that aren't as necessarily regular per se as, our interactions on a daily basis and stuff, obviously. Usually when we walk by people, we just punch them in the face, obviously. Just joking, obviously. You can't do that on the inter of the nets. But yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, we're huge. We're actually, well, we're reading through, man. Yeah, we we did the whole college thing, man. We majored in history, minored in philosophy. We have a heavy focus on the study of religion, things of that nature. We don't generally get into a lot of that stuff because, man, we don't talk politics, we don't talk finances, we don't do stuff like that on the channel and stuff. But yes, we do, believe in God, ordained, so it's done, huge in that. Too divisive. Well, they can be extremely divisive, yeah, and that's not what the channel's about. So, the channel here, if you want to just shoot the shit for a sec, we're entertainers. Okay, now granted, we're not entertaining, all right, and there's nothing about it that necessarily is, but we do have a variety of characters that we offer that aren't necessarily good or anything like that. Sorry you didn't know. Yeah, I mean, that's all right. Yeah, nothing to be sorry about, man, at all. About, the channel is about a giant hog. Oh, this channel? Oh, absolutely. This channel's been about a giant hog since inception. You must have seen that video we made. We thought that got taken down a long time ago. Whoops. Look like I don't know what that is. Barf. Sure. We look like inherent puke, I'm sure. We're an old school fucked up rocker. Like, yeah, it's pretty... It's pretty self-evident, but, dumpling. Oh, we love dumplings. Chicken and dumplings. What a delicious dish. Sam Hine, yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. We've gotten a lot of comparisons to a lot of iterations and variety of folks over the years and whatnot. And now we are fairly well versed in media and things of that nature. We used to be a manager at a Blockbuster, believe it or not. So, as far as our experience in multimedia and things of that nature, we are around the old school. So we have incorporated surely into our personality and, our endeavors, every element of anything that we respected, appreciated, adhered to, followed, watched, things of that nature. Don't out yourself. I don't know what any of that is or what that is, but there's no outing yourself if you like chicken and dumplings. That shit's delicious. Show poo. Oh, no, what the hell? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess some people could compare it to the equivalent of looking at poo, but, to each his own. Every culture has their differences. We choose not to, compare them to, different things, whatever. But, ever get into the adult room behind the car? Of course, but Blockbuster didn't have an adult room, see? That's what you didn't know. The back room was for those other customers, if you know what I mean. The ones with, needing to use the bathroom. You gave them the key, and they would go use it, and, they would be like, thank you for the key. But no, we kept that shit locked. People are disgusting. We wanted to know. Well, we had everyone's account on file. Oh, you needed to use the bathroom? Oh, we logged that shit, and your account was in bathroom for 8 minutes at approximately. You didn't know how Blockbuster worked. Oh, it was crazy. Okay, so that never happened. But if it did, that shit would be pretty insane. But yes, no, we did work at, Blockbuster. We were manager there. We also did a stint at a Hollywood back in the day and things of that nature. We have been in stores behind adult curtainage and stuff, but let's be honest, we didn't know what was back there and we had to find out. We had just turned I don't know, 28 at the time. And we had obviously had that restraining order against us lifted and had to go back and finally find out for real this time. Okay, so that's a lie as well. But, you know, everything else that we mostly say is true. But, you know, anyhow, a chili guy, oh no, chill guy, invest in chill guy meme coin. I don't know about that. We don't do investment advice either. Mainly because look where the fuck it would get you. This is the worst place to go to or solicit financial advice from. This shit's empty. It was a Christmas gift. We didn't fucking buy it. You know, what? There's nothing else on the shelf. What? We're gonna review this sometime. Look, it's a baby cake pop maker. That's on the to-do list. We're not going to do that shit now. We're not ready for it. Okay, we could do it now, but we're not going to because that's content that we can try and milk and pass off as a video. You're a Diddy party. No, we've never been to a Diddy party. Are they fun? We're in a Blockbuster's basically gig entertainment. Oh, I don't know about any of that. Yeah, no, we never asked anyone their religious affiliation at Blockbuster. Believe it or not, I don't think that was part of the, requirement for membership application. But, you know, maybe the policy changed prior to us leaving. You know, the company was fairly successful when we were there. And then, you know, we graduate college all of a sudden and they're like, hey, fuck movies. And, you know, they close down all the Blockbusters. So, you know, this is how it goes. I don't know anything about that. We don't do any of the, politics stuff. And we don't like to voice any opinions or things of that nature on political ongoing trials that have, you know, released or reached the status of that. And, you know, that's not what this channel is, man. There's so many channels that do it better, that are more well-versed. You know, this channel's more crap. You know, it's just all kind of there. You know, we call it entertainment, but a lot of stuff could be called entertainment the same way a lot of restaurants can call what they have food. You know, some places, sure, it's food, but, you know, is it really food? You know, kind of Trumpish. I don't know what that means, but we might weigh the same as him. What does he? I know he does Diet Cokes. We don't. Maybe we should start, right? That's correct. I don't know, but like we said, we don't do the whole political thing. We're actually, all right, you want to do a little political thing? Believe it or not, we are and have been registered libertarians since the year before Obama's first term. Before that by a couple years. We had hit 18 mark or whatever, graduated the high school. Believe it or not, full diploma. Graduated college too. You can pay for anything. Pay that shit back. We fucking did. We grinded our asses off. 3 fucking jobs to get through college. You know where it got us? Fucking here. You know... That was our empty switch box. Now we have nothing else. What's going to bring in the ones of view that we get? Nothing. Here's our we spray paint shit when we review stuff. There we go. There's your visual aid because someone made us chuck the box. No, you got to have some other bullshit up there. We're redoing the studio, believe it or not. Well, hurry the fuck up. We're working on it. Anyhow. We don't really know what we were talking about, so someone else take over the conversation for a minute. Oh yeah, fucking no one else is here. Sorry about that. Well, anyhow, you know, we did the Blockbuster stint, whatever. You were well-versed in media, or we like to think that we are, up to a certain point. Sure, you know, every boomer eventually loses their way with the technology and such. You know, and that happened for us as well. You know, we're not well-versed in technology now, fucking obviously. You know, and we don't do all of that, but when we get compared to other folks and individuals, surely there are elements that we have pulled from other acts, other, things that we've seen, other people's mannerisms, things of that nature that inherently, yeah, everyone kind of that looks up to or something like that, that kind of thing there. Now, with movies and with things like jokes and with things like that, games on the phone, doesn't everyone have games on the phone? I thought that's the only way you could play. I thought phones were Xboxes. Is that not correct? Man, we got, so, all right, yeah, games on the phone. All right, we'll get back to that other stuff that's not important either. Yeah, so games on the phone. We do got, clearly a chronic THC smoker. I don't know about that. Yeah, like we said, supposedly, who was it did not inhale? Oh, that was Clinton, did not inhale. But yeah, Bush, I thought he admitted to some other stuff beyond just smoking. But I don't know. Like we said, we don't want to mislabel what we recall or anything like that and be incorrect. So, that needs to be checked by whoever does the checking of stuff. And does it look like we do that? No, that's why we don't give advice on anything at all, except what we find to be opinionated, such as if we like or enjoy a product or something or the not or something along those lines. So, I don't know about any of that. Yeah, Moses, I don't, yeah. Oh, I mean, Moses's brother, man, Aaron, he did a lot of stuff, like, yeah, you want to talk about Moses and stuff being kind of weak prophet-wise, but, again, we're not, religious channel or anything like that, but we do love the study of religion, like we said before. We minored in philosophy, and we had a heavy study on, the philosophy of religion and stuff like that. So, we're not experts or anything like that, but we enjoy learning about it, and we're open-minded to learning any element and aspect of it, and we're open-minded to reading almost anything about it. However, we have a backlog of stuff that we're reading, and we're doing stuff at our own pace, man. You can only read and learn what you want to read and learn when you want to read and learn it, man. And, you could be like, oh, read this, read that, read the other, man. And it's like, we're not huge readers anyway, fucking obviously. Did we graduate? Sure. But, like we said, anyone could pay to graduate inevitably, as long as, they can get their foot in to begin with and, whatever. Offspring, wait, stop if you, yeah. So are you talking about Offspring, the band? Oh, we got issues with their recent album. That shit was horrible. We did not like that. Now, that's opinion too, but that is an opinion that this channel will express. Dexter Holland, your last album was not as good as your other albums. So if that's too mean, we're sorry. We respect what you did career-wise and everything and your affiliation and ties with Nitro Records, but God, that last album from The Offspring was not our favorite at all. And we would dare say, not our favorite at all. Gotta keep them separated. Yeah, keep that fucking album separated from me. Because we did not like it. Yeah, you go back to their old school shit, man. All the Smash and self-titled one and everything like that. Entirely different Offspring, man. Shit, you even hit Americana, as far as Offspring goes and stuff like that. A way different band. When they kicked Dude out a few years back and shit like that for, whatever their reasoning was, you can look into that story yourself. Man, whatever. Go back where you came from. Who, me? We're fucking there, man. This is the bottom of the heap. This is the trash pile. There, yeah, fucking what? You want to dump more shit on us? What? Fucking, there's no more shit to dump. Like, we got it. Yeah, but if that's us, I don't know. Oh, Offspring, yeah, I don't know. Speaking of, I don't know that, but the username there, that reminds us of the album Pinkerton. Let's talk about Weezer. For a band that we loved as long as we loved them, a band we still love today is Weezer. Man, street cred gone, that's fine, We don't need street cred. We got kicked off the streets long ago. Our little hobo shanty is Hobo Shanty enough. Thank God for girls. Yeah, man, Weezer, yeah, man, just really good. I don't know about Moses being, illegal or whatever, but, there's a lot of stuff to the biblical stuff, but, that's the whole thing. We already swayed the conversation to Pinkerton and Weezer. Not necessarily Pinkerton, but that's what got us there. So, anyhow, peak Weezer 2020, 2023. Was that when they dropped those 3 fucking albums, or the fall, winter, autumn, or whatever ones, the seasons? That was, and those dudes are hard workers and stuff like that. A lot of people hated them. Man, there's one point way back in the day, you would get a lot of flack, man, or whatever. Back when bullying was not disallowed in school as much as it is nowadays and stuff, which, don't get me wrong, is probably the right call in many ways, shapes, and forms. But we're talking about the past here, so let's be sure not to repeat it. Don't bully, it's not nice. That's this channel's stance. But there's a time, man, where if you dug certain musical acts or endeavors, man, depending on where regionally you were located and stuff like that, you might have some folks that look and even act unfavorably towards yourself for any of that. And you might be, thinking to yourself, like, why would they do that? Well, obviously, because they're not nice. But that's just how it goes. Yeah, so we enjoy a vast array of Offspring's earlier discography. A lot of it is, legitimately, all right music in our book, and we don't mind returning to listen to it here or there, but it just resonates not with us, the new stuff they have been putting out, man. There's no nostalgia to it. It sounds completely different. It doesn't sound like what they were. They probably would have done better to scrap the band altogether and probably change the name and the lineup or whatever to it. I mean, Offspring's discography was grandiose enough to where those dudes really didn't need to release or tour any more than they did. And if anything, for fans like ourselves, which were never massive fans of the group, we were always way more underground punk rockers than, any of the mainstream stuff that you would see about or anything like that. But, as far as, the Offspring goes and things like that, we're never huge fans of theirs or, really followed all of their endeavors that they undertook or anything like that. We would, of course, listen to albums. We would acquire albums here and there, things of that nature. But definitely nowadays, man, we'll pull songs and that's probably about it. And we don't enjoy their new tunes. And they probably should have taken a step back from the act and not use the name to release another thing, in our opinion. But of course, their namesake, their legacy, their things, they've musically done way more than we have. Though, technically, we did open for the Queers and Black Flag. Technically, on a technicality, it is true. But that's just how it goes. So, yeah. Offspring, man, we don't really dig them no more. Oh, no. I don't know. That's private information. But, anyhow. Anyone else getting into anything fun tonight? It's got to start after this. The fun part. Yeah, you want to talk more about any other channel? No, not really. Well, okay. We guarantee 1 out of every 24 videos that we post to elicit a small crack of a smile or a chuckle, even. So, if that's not reason enough to really delve into the content, I don't know what else you would be looking for, really. There's a swath there. We're not saying any of it's good, but like we said, man, 1 out of every, 24 to 83 videos that we release is going to generate some sort of, response where you're probably adulated for having, probably sat through 79 other videos. Probably. Swath. Swath. I don't know. I don't know what Swath. Yeah, is Swath short for something else? We're unfamiliar. We're boomers. So if there's some slang term we're unaware of, fucking that's not our fault, YouTube. that's fucking young kid talking shit. Not Slick. Well, no, we know Slick. Yeah, everyone knows Slick. He's a good guy. Oh. Circa 42. What, World War II? Oh, what? Oh. No. I believe that is possibly incorrect. Seeing as how we were history majors in college. Now, granted, we had a heavy focus and emphasis on the study of the Civil War and things of that nature, but we're almost certain that if there was any slang terminology with that affiliated with the namesake of a World War II political Riker party, that's probably inherently any comparison or carry on into modern current language or lingo. I would have Jordan Peterson come and argue stuff for me. Which side were you pulling for? The side we weren't alive then. We weren't pulling for shit. We could only study it historically. So, during Civil War, again, we weren't around. Or if reincarnation's a thing, and we're not saying it is, and we were around, we don't fucking remember it. So maybe we'll have to delve into one of those like therapeutic therapy sessions with one of those, advanced therapeutic therapist people that can have you recollect and recall visions and dreams of your past and such. Theoretically, which side would you be on? Well, we're not on the side for any war or whatever. So, we would try and stay out of it as, much as possible, man. Yeah, now. Yeah. General Grant's right-hand man. Okay, yeah, Grant was a phenomenal general, man. Yeah, they were great generals. Yeah, absolutely. You know who wasn't a great general? Burnside. Now, you could argue that he had an illustrious career, man, but one of our papers, man, in college, we wrote on Burnside. And, dude, we actually titled the paper Burnside's Blunder. It's when he tried to cross all his troops across a river. Dude, those motherfuckers got lit the fuck up. Y'all eating earthlings, hobos. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is the hobo section of the internet. Buy one, get one free. We can only dream. We can't even afford that. We just get the one on clearance to begin with. That's half price from the start. You don't even have to buy the whole thing. Now, you could argue, sure, buy one, get one free. You get two of the item for the same cost that you're paying. But, you're paying full price for one of them. You might get two, but, I guess that makes it half price. Okay, fair enough point. As far as we know some of the generals and leaders and stuff like that, but it's all like troop movements and stuff, Rommel, Patton, things of that nature. And then you got like, stuff that's in the movies and whatnot that are a little more namesake individuals that would be recognizable and things of that nature. See the OG bit. I don't know what that is. Robert E. Lee based. I don't know what that necessarily refers to, but he was a, arguably great, phenomenal leader. He was respected very much so by individuals on both sides of the war. And, his whole thing, his entire thing was all about, states, and stuff like that. He is strictly a Virginian, and that's just where he happened to lie on that divide line. So, he wasn't playing the politic game, but he definitely played the soldier game. Have you seen Hamilton? Oh, yeah, we did see Hamilton. Yeah, the musical, man, shh, don't tell anyone. And that's okay, because there's pretty much no one here. But we liked Hamilton. We really did. We enjoyed it. But we'll say this. Everyone we were watching it with, they all fucking left. We watched that shit by ourselves. You think that bothered us? No. That's why we're fucking partying by ourselves. Because, inherently, I don't know. We don't care about the party anyway. So, we'd rather just put on a movie or a game or something like that. So, Yeah, Hamilton, yeah, genuinely fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, it is, yeah, we stand by that and, yeah, wholeheartedly agree with that as well. A phenomenal presentation and whatnot and telling of the story. Like we said, history majors and stuff like that, so our focus was that's just always what we did the best at in school. So, whatever. But... in night art school and you seek retribution, how would you react? Oh, okay, yeah, in reference to Hitler, yeah. So, actually, believe it or not, our entire senior thesis class was, or senior seminar class, sorry, not thesis. My entire senior seminar and stuff was on like Germany and stuff like that, heavy focus on studying World War II in that aspect. But even with that narrow focus in that last year or so of school, that wasn't where our desired area of focus and study was. So, we always inherently swayed more to the earlier history stuff, Revolutionary War type, to Civil War type era and whatnot. And, generally any historian kind of, falls into the category of what they think. Yeah. No, there's a lot of sad parts of, history across the board, man. The ins and outs, man, it's a grueling thing to look at. Hobbes, I believe, is the one who's quoted the most, and taught the most, as life is brutish, nasty, and short. So, inherently, all you can do, and we're not giving anyone advice on how to do things or anything like that. That's not our place. Everyone has to live for themselves. All you can do, in our opinion, for us anyhow, it works the best that we feel it does. Not well. Okay, fair enough. Live your best life, Try and put your best foot forward. We still are constantly trying to check ourselves into chilling the fuck out on some of the stuff that irks and bothers us. Someone asked earlier, why are you so angry? We're not angry. We sound angry all the time, but that's because we're fucking angry. We're not angry. We're joking. Yeah, we're not angry, but, we do have a short fuse, a short temper. That's why no one invited us to their party tonight. We're joking again. No one invited us because they don't like us. That's apparent. Usually. Okay, we're joking again. It's not funny, but, we're trying to carry the conversation with ourselves the best we can. Entertainment. When's it start? I don't know. Butterfly Effect. Are we talking about the movie with, who was that guy? Ashton of the Kutcher, right? Butterfly Effect. That was an all right movie. Some really good stuff in there. We'd have to check and make sure that is the actor in it. It's been a minute since we watched it, but we recall it being okay. So if you're into a, kind of trippy, mind-jarring movie or whatever, Butterfly Effect definitely is, one to watch, man. Like, even if you're not an Ashton of the Kutcher fan and you're like, he's not that sexy, well, believe you me, in that movie, you might change your mind. I doubt it. Well, you haven't seen it. So, Kutcher loved it. Whoa, shit! Well, fuck that movie. Don't watch that shit. No one likes that movie. Like, we don't like that either. Yeah, fuck Ashton. We don't know that motherfucker. Like, he didn't give us money. Yeah, okay, never mind. Delete that last part, YouTube. Don't cancel us yet. We haven't gotten rich yet. You're not going to. What? Fuck. There goes the last 10 years of our life. We thought it would work out by now. Turns out, it's a pretty competitive industry. We don't know where all these assholes came from. It's like everyone has a cell phone. Fuck. Jeez Louise. When we were in high school, fucking no one had them. So now all of a sudden, everyone's a celebrity. That's why we're shitty ones. Because we know everyone can't be a good celebrity. So we understand and realize the top threshold that we can hit is the bottom of the threshold. There has to be a bottom level of celebrityness, and we're fucking it. Like, there's anything above us is fucking way better. But there's got to be a ground floor level, and we call it. It's us. So, it'll work out eventually. Or not. We'll be like, fuck. At least we'll live on in AI or something. Or not. Whatever. Top 5 holy books, go. Man, Proverbs. Absolutely. Anything in the Pentateuch is going to be hard, right? Because you got your Genesis, and you got your Numbers, and you got your, Deuteronomy, and all that stuff, man. So it's, as far as top 5, we can't give an entire top 5 because we haven't read the entire Bible or anything like that, or a bunch of additional religious works that we would like to read. And things of that nature. And there's multiple iterations of the Bible that are out there for different religious affiliations, factions, things of that nature, and stuff like that. But Proverbs, man, is up there. That one fucking hits. And then what else? There's God, there is some stuff in the earlier whatnot. There's some ruthless shit. I want to say, is it Deuteronomy? Man's got like a wicked story or two in there, but we wouldn't, top 5's hard because we haven't read them all. We've heard a lot of the additional, but, we would definitely say for us, Proverbs is up there as one of our most favoritists of the, books, if you want to think. Dear Christians, well, I don't know about, whatever. To each his own slop. We study and accept the studying of a variety of iterations of takes and things of that nature, because inherently, we don't fucking know. We even paid for a piece of paper that says we're supposed to know $10,000 a year worth more of information than any other person that doesn't have something better than us that they paid more money for. Obviously we're making great use of our fucking degree. We should have gone to a fucking tech school. But that's, a whole different story. We could sit here and talk about who fucked up their life choices all day. But stop pointing fingers. No, we didn't make a bunch of horrible life choices. Just a lot. Or none. Or one. I don't know. That's the thing about choices. The ones that you make can lead to all sorts of random stuff. I don't know about any of that stuff. Again, above and beyond our pay grade, man. We minored in philosophy with a good study of philosophy of religion, to where we took, a few classes on it, man. That hardly makes us qualified as a professional in any way, shape, or form to pass any meaningful knowledge or things of that. All we can voice is our opinion and things of that nature, and our, presumably educated as much as education affords an individual, to present to all ones of the masses that check it out. So, again, we don't hit the politics on stuff on the channel because we don't understand all the politics of the area. We have a minor knowledge of some of the ongoing events. We have a little knowledge of the region. But inherently, our entire focus on anything regionally around there would be historically anything referenced, to past ancient civilizations, just because we find that fascinating. If we could do it over again, we wish we would have taken more classes on ancient civilizations and things of that nature instead of the latter history, though. Man, we really enjoyed our latter history and stuff like that. So, everyone has their own opinions. We're not going to voice, one way or another. Everyone decide for themselves on stuff, and that's everything. Like we said sorry. All right. So, hey, we've probably been messing up some of the chat, and it might be potentially our fault for not being, the best at what we do. But, all right, so we weren't even we don't even read people's usernames because we don't really, we're not, reading a lot of stuff. We just catch what we catch. But I guess we should focus on that because we've been equating any stories with Moses that we've talked, not about the user Moses, which, hey, what's up? Well, Moses, of course, in the Bible, stuff like that, his brother Aaron. So we're about to segue to that again, but, that's a whole other thing. I don't know about, that, but anyhow, so we worked at Blockbuster. We drew a lot of stuff, personality-wise from anything and everything that resonated with us or that we followed. Early on, like getting home from elementary school, watching some Disney Channel, stuff like, what was it, DuckTales and Tailspin. Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, that was our middle years. Early years, of course, waking up on Saturday morning as early as you could to try and catch the only fucking cartoons that played known to man. G.I. Joe, Transformers, all those like old school ones and such like that, Voltron, any of that stuff. That was the earlier stuff, but we always enjoyed stuff. But, hey, you want to talk about random shows? Fucking, there's a show, Widget the World Watcher. Here's that little purple bastard. Man, that dude, seen that Blueberry Fago joint. Yeah, Fago, yeah. Man, we're gonna do a review. We met ICP, man. We're gonna do a review of when we met ICP because it really wasn't the best experience that you would ever, think that it would go down to be. Well, I don't know how you would think that meeting would go down. Yeah, good for everybody in their opinions for what their opinions are. We should respect everyone's opinion and, let them have an opinion, for sure. But don't act against other people in a not nice manner. It's not nice, in our opinion. So, you can't control everyone. You gotta control yourself. Everyone be thing. I don't know what any of that means, but I think you guys should change your conversation. We're talking about Widget the fucking World Watcher. So, here's that purple bastard. Here's an alien guy, that crashed his spaceship and, lived on, a desert beach or something in a cave. Something along those lines. We don't know. I don't know. Yeah, good little thing. Bro is a menace. Yeah, we absolutely are a menace. To ourselves and society, according to those court restraining orders. But we're joking. Yeah. What else? I mean, shit, we're here. We don't even party usually like this on Saturday night, but you guys go hard into the paint. Yeah, what do you guys usually do? Body Count. Oh, yeah, man, we got their album. Fucking, dude, when Body Count came out, there was a lot of people who had issues with their album. Fucking, yeah, man. There's a lot of people did not enjoy what they sang about and things of that nature. In fact, they is that the one? God, did they have to release their album a second time and take a track or two off of it? We think they might have. Now we could be mistaken and mixing up our musical history and stuff like that, but we're pretty sure that was Body Count that had to re-release their album minus a song because it was so ruthless and things of that nature. Probably still would be deemed ruthless. Live in L.A. That's what's that? California or Louisiana, because one of them has trees and one of them has gumbo. Seeing douche. Wow, that's not nice. But there's also another story about some brothers in that South of Midnight game. If anyone played that, fuck no. Well, If you did, there's a story about some brothers in there. We don't know anyone's status of where they stand because we don't have access to that information. But, I guess conjectures can be made and fingers can be pointed in all sorts of directions. Mainly they're pointing at us like, it was fucking him. It's like, ah, damn it. How did you find us leaving the scene so slowly? Like, it wasn't hard. Fuck. That's just how it goes. Cross-dressing genius. Who? Jefferson Davis? Isn't that what he did to get away, right? Yes, it was in one way, shape, or form, because we studied that aspect. Ha! Little historical note. But that's that. Well, we finished our coffee. Has everyone else finished theirs? I mean, this party's been kicking off, but, fuck. You can't expect us to party all night. We don't even know how much battery we had left. This shit might just shut off randomly. You'll be like, where'd that fucking dude go that was like, quote unquote, hosting this event? It's like, is it an event? Sure it is. It's a gathering. No, you have to have more people for that. Well, whatever. It's whatever. So there you go. But we are out of coffee ourselves, so tribute to this stream. Oh, wow, rocking. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, much appreciated, much obliged. Yeah. Pour it out for the homies. Always we like to give thanks, man. We've known some folks that have lost some, individuals, man, over the years. We've known individuals ourselves that we've lost over the years, man. And, it's always nice to give tribute, man. So a big, tribute to, those that, were before us and aren't with us no more. Because, as historians ourselves, maybe not good ones, you gotta look to, some sort of recalling of events and such like that, man, to realize how you're at where you're at when you're at wherever you're at. So we only know where we're at. Yeah. What, the goatee? Oh, we could take it from ourselves. We could shave it, but that sounds like work. But we know you're not referring to that. Hey. We know why you're really all here. You heard we did that poem about watermelon the other day, and you were hoping we would do another one. So, we don't want to let you down. Fucking, we have the visual aid right here. Here's the poem. Watermelon, watermelon, you are red. Sometimes you're juicy and good. That's what I said. There you go. What a fantastic poem. Yes, you are all welcome. We do provide all sorts of stuff. Oh man, fucking, we already threw that shit. Hold on. The watermelon. Blood owl. Yes, everyone is entertained by the watermelon magnet. There's no other entertainment here, man. Fucking, we're not huge in the self-deprecation or nothing, so we don't know what you are wanting. But, well, okay, we know what you are wanting. We're not gonna do it, Mom! Anyhow. Say it's real, spirits know each other. Oh, man, you want to get into some philosophical, spiritual stuff or whatever. There's absolutely... Man, there's a mathematical connection to the universe, absolutely. So, anyhow, what else do we have that can entertain nobody? I don't know. Yeah, it don't really get better from this. So, it might get better from this, though. You never know. But what isn't going to get better is the fact that we have no more coffee. So as you can see, we have no more. The show pretty much has to be over now, unfortunately. So we do thank all ones of you for hanging out. It has been fantastic. We hope you've enjoyed it in some way, shape, iteration, or form. maybe you accidentally left it streaming and fell asleep. That would be ideal for us, because you would forget how crappy it is. Show the fucking water. Oh, man. We didn't plan on any of this. We didn't know it'd be such a hit. Oh, yes. Delicious. Delicious and juicy. I don't know. No, it's a magnet. You can't eat it. Hey, that doesn't look like appropriate stuff going on down there in the comments, so I hope people are following YouTube's terms of service and moderating themselves as fucking adults. We can barely keep track of ourselves, let alone what other people do. When you gonna give me all your money, go ahead. I don't have any money to give you, but if you need $1, man, and I had it, I would. But unfortunately, we don't fucking got it to give you right now. So catch us when we're even bigger celebrities than we aren't now. And yeah, we'll fucking hit it up. We'll fucking give you $1. When we get rich, fucking seek us out and be like, hey, you said you'd give us $1. And we'll be like, okay, well, remind us for real, because we're not going to give money to just anyone. But, if we're rich, we might give you $1. Fuck yeah. Now, if we had it now, we'd give it to you, but we don't. So, unfortunately, we'll just continue working for all ones of you that just need a place to hang out. Not a good one? Well, we didn't say it would be a good place to hang out. Not every after-school program is nice. Sometimes you just go where you're afforded the opportunity to. So, well, again, that's all politic talk and stuff like that. And it's probably not going to reach the ears that it needs to reach for decisions like that to be made, unfortunately. So, it's not the venue necessarily for those conversations and topics, at hand and things of that nature. Again, a lot of the names and statements and stuff like that, historically, we can look at any of them and whatnot, like, no, we're done with the magnets. We'll get some other ones to show you. Historically, we could look at any of the figures. Arguably, out of all of those figures and everything that you're asking, well, Mark of the Zuckerberg's close. Mark of the Zuckerberg, we should do a show about. We would love to talk about Mark of the Zuckerberg for a minute. And believe you me, we probably will, because we get to do whatever we want. So, but out of all the other ones, Elon Musk. Let's talk about Elon Musk. He probably owes us a fucking Tesla, but that's beside the point. Military parade on Trump's birthday. Hey, yeah, we caught some of that parade that was going on. They had a lot of fireworks. But Elon Musk, historically, that dude's gonna, have some stuff written and presented about him that we would love to be a fly on the wall of future writings and perceptions of what he did and how he did it for society, and see what the takes of future generations are. Not necessarily the takes of people today that are living through it, because everyone today's fucking not as awesome as they should be. Don't get me wrong. Everyone here obviously is. That's why you're here. But a lot of other people out there aren't. No. Lock boots. I don't know why anyone would lock boots. What, like tie your strings together? That used to be a prank in school. Elon stole $80 from you. Well, that motherfucker better pay it back. He's rich. Like, you wanted $1 from me. That motherfucker owes you $80. That's the money you need to track down. Don't get our fucking dollar. We don't fucking got it. Elon's got that. Elon probably owes us a fucking Tesla. Elon, where's our fucking Tesla? And that motherfucker's $80. Oh, jeez Louise. He stole your watch, that son of a bitch. He could buy a watch. Why is he out there stealing them? It doesn't make sense. Now, we're taking your word at that. We're not saying Elon Musk is a thief, and we're not inherently saying that he technically owes us a Tesla, but he kind of does. Well, we feel he should. But, that's whatever. That's our opinion again. Expressed as opinion, as everything here is. Nothing is not opinion. Or anything we could get legally liably in trouble for. Everyone, you're responsible for your own actions. But yes, Elon Musk included. And stealing watches is not nice, which falls into the action of against the 10 Commandments. Don't steal fucking watches. It's like the fourth one. Or it's one of them in an iteration. I don't know. But what I do know is that Elon Musk apparently owes you a watch back. So I hope he didn't damage it in any way, shape, or form. Huffing spray paint. No, there's fucking once, though, man, that we had to fucking crank on the fan because we were doing some hardcore review action for all ones of our fan. And we ended up just, inherently being like, oh, man, fucking a little too much spray paint for this rocker. So yes, no, we haven't spray painted nothing today. Yeah, we didn't work today, ironically. You're working now? Well, yeah. That's right, we are working now, IRS. We're not paying you shit. I want to smell it so bad. Oh, disgusting. It's nasty in here. We got to fucking do something about the air. Deep in it. Deep in what? Yeah, we are almost an hour into this whole stream. We're super deep in it. Elon gave you a free RJ in the Carl's Jr. parking lot. Oh! Was that you? We're trying to fucking enjoy our lunch. Here we are, trying to enjoy our number 4 combo that they fucked up. We specifically said, no onion. You know what was on that motherfucker? Oh, hold on. No, that was a different place that messed up our order. They actually got it right there. But we saw that going on in the parking lot. And we're like, fuck. We should have got 2 meals. Wait, hold on. We take that back. We promise. Gravy biscuit. Were they good gravy biscuits? Some gravy suck ass. What a coincidence. This guy was here while Elon was. Right? We thought the same thing. We don't know what that means inherently, but that had to have been the experience we're vaguely recalling in a completely not true and unfactual way from what we don't recollect happened. But we're almost certain that totally wasn't us that we are recalling was. So, there you go. Trump touched you. Oh, you got to shake his hand? Fucking awesome. Oh, we would probably, man, like we had said before, we're not a political channel. We're a registered libertarian, man, for decades, right? And they're like old school, man, like fucking Ron Paul. Like not Rand Paul necessarily. We think that when Ron Paul ran for president, Rand Paul shouldn't have ran for president, whatever. And they switched parties, the whole thing. But we would probably shake any of their hand just to say that we did. After all, we need as much clout as we can chase. To be shitty internet celebrities even, you got to have that baseline of admission. And that's why we had to play that concert opening for Black Flag and the Queers, obviously. Because to be even shitty celebrities, you need that background to you. So we might not have done good. We might not have been on the actual ticket. It might not have been in the actual venue. It might not have been sanctioned. It might have been before doors opened. There might not have been a big fucking crowd. But technically, we opened for Black Flag and the Queers. So, clout. Anyhow, libertarian, right? Like 90-degree angles. We're not so great at math and stuff like that. I don't know what any of that is, but, right angles are 90-degree angles. And 90-degree angles, apparently, are a part of math. And if there's one thing we aren't good at, actually, it's fucking math. So, now there's got to be something better to segue the conversation into. Like we're still out of fucking coffee. But you guys are keeping this party going. This is all on you. This isn't even for, everything that we could possibly provide of sustenance to the party and the offerings. That ship has well sailed. That ship never even actually ported and got to dock. That ship never even arrived. It wasn't even scheduled to arrive. All of the, entertainment anything, that was long since non-existent. So, this is on you guys keeping the party going now. We're just here to make sure everyone's well behaved, obviously, because apparently people don't want to be well behaved all the time. And that's not nice. So, what else isn't nice? Us being out of fucking coffee still. We thought we'd have some breakfast by now. Apparently, our mom still had her second job. Anyhow, you know what else we're out of? Fucking Yoo-Hoos. We had a crate of them, and they are gone. So, we don't have any more. Or my housing. I don't know what that means. Like, we don't have any paraphernalia. Of course not, officers. Is this a sting? Absolutely not. Aliens? Oh, well, we love the conjecture, man. One of the shows we used to dig, obviously. All right, you want some? All right, here's some nerd herd talk. We'll see all right, this'll chase all ones of you off. So, when we were rocking some Magics of the Gathering, right, and doing some Friday of the Nights Magics of the Gathering and shit, right, you might be saying, bet you got your ass kicked. Fuck yeah, we got our ass kicked. Hey, wait, no. Okay, so what? We won once. Best show ever. Oh, where's that show? I want to watch that instead. Fuck. Ow, fuck yeah. Oh, Ben, are you Ben Shapiro? No, we, man, Ben Shapiro, oh, that Ben. Oh, talking about aliens. See, again, we're not hip on this shit. You guys are sly. You keep making us remember we suck at this. And don't read names of individuals and stuff like that. So, we would do Magic the Gathering, man, and when we would get home after F&M, Ancient Aliens would just happen to be on. So, that was fantastic. What color is crack? That's not one of the colors in Magic the Gathering. There's, Skullcrack. Is Skullcrack red? We think it is. Skullcrack's red. That's what color Skullcrack is, red. But we would get home from F&M, right? And, Ancient Aliens would be on and stuff. And, whether you believe it, whether you don't, man, entertainment. Not for everyone, okay? We understand that. We understand that, there's a lot of conjecture and hyperbole and just entertainment aspects that are thrust into it and stuff like that. Oh, thrust into it. Bada boom. We would always enjoy, man, like getting home, maybe making a frozen pizza, something like that. Because we were too poor to stop at, a fucking open business after F&M. We couldn't afford those combo meals. All those rich assholes that were playing, they could afford F&M and to go out to eat after F&M. You motherfuckers! Nah, we don't hold that against them. We overreact sometimes. Sorry, that's our bad. We don't hold that against them. So we would make a frozen pizza when we got home, or, something like that. Sometimes frozen burritos, maybe. Or ramen. Whatever. We could talk about what we may or may not have made all day. The point is that we were watching Ancient Aliens at the time, and, it was all right. Trabajo, hombre. Yo trabajo ahora. This is mi trabajo aquí. So, no habla Deutsch. Ich spreche keine Deutsch. Aber. We only speak a little German, a little Spanish, and, we know a couple bad words in France. If that's a language, which it's not. It's French, obviously. You learn stuff here on this channel all the time. Well, we'll tell you that. Now, let us dive off camera real quick to take a sip of something that's in an unsanctioned sippable bottle. It's not crystal meth, because that's illegal. Nothing. No. It was just water, but there's a label on it, and we hear that businesses and stuff like that don't like their labels on stuff, especially shit like this for some reason. I don't know. You're gonna reach for the bong. I don't know what that means. What's Tahuka? You're missing vowels in there. A-E-I-O-U, and I can THC, it doesn't have any. So that's not a word. Druggy. Oh. We don't know him. But anyhow, what were we talking about? Ancient aliens. But before that, we weren't even supposed to talk about ancient aliens. Someone was saying aliens in my house. They're probably above the house in spaceships and stuff, but I don't know. Anyhow. Earlier, I don't know about any of that either. I mean, I can't, picture what any man sleeping or not sleeping by next to me potentially may or may not want. So, again, that's just whatever. That's funny, but no, we can't say that we've ever gotten lost in Vladimir Putin's eyes while he was talking, but we could see how one would. Very charismatic. That's what it takes for leadership. Now, whether you agree with it or not, inherently, you could argue he rules with an iron fist of what works for him. So that's not our place to say what does or doesn't. We don't live over there or understand all of their politics or dynamics. It's not our place to say. Anything that we would be completely opinionated and most likely wrong, like a lot of stuff. So, this is how it goes. You want his approval. Well, you know what? Even if you don't get his approval, as long as you try and live your best life and not be mean or bad, within the confines of as long as you feel it's not mean or bad, then you'll have our approval. As long as you're not mean or bad. We like to give everyone chances. So, everyone should get a second chance, mainly because we would want one, but there are some people who don't get them, but, again, that's not what this channel is. So, that's all another thing. Lack the gentle touch. Well, it could mean a lot of things. Maybe it does or doesn't. I don't know. Played hard to get, won't return your text. So that motherfucker, you know what? He probably might be, but Elon Musk has your fucking watch, and all the messages are coming in on it, and you don't fucking know about it. Because, he's like, fucking Vladimir keeps fucking texting this guy, like, hey, I got lost in your eyes as well. And, fucking, I'm not going to respond, though, because this ain't my fucking watch. So, fucking, that's another thing you're going to have to take up with EM, who we're talking about. Elon Musk, obviously. Oh, man. Probably how they met. Yes. Well, they very well could have met via text. A lot of people meet on the internet. We met someone on the internet once. Boy, was that a mistake. Anyhow, don't worry about that. Yeah. Needless to say. We're going to have to bring more coffee next time, you guys. You guys. You're going to keep us up or put us to sleep. So the coffee serves two purposes of keeping us up and not putting us to sleep. Apparently that's your job. Oh, hold on, wait. No, fuck. I keep forgetting we're supposed to be the entertaining one. Whoops. Do Coke next time. Oh, I don't know. That's name brand. Usually Sam's Choice Cola is what we end up with. But if you're telling me that Coca-Cola legitimately is going to fucking do the job, maybe we'll just have to try that out. Because if it keeps us going more than a couple cups of Joe, then I guess the Coca-Cola's the way to go. So, yeah. Freudian slip. But like Sigmund Freud? Wait, did we have one? We take it back. Whatever it was, that was indeterminate in our recollection. We definitely didn't. I meant cocaine. Oh, that's illegal. Don't do that. It's not allowed. So everyone meant to not do that because it's not allowed. I think you probably shouldn't even talk about it mostly, but if we're being honest, it is a problem plaguing America, so we wanted to voice why you shouldn't do it. So don't do it. And now we'll talk about stuff that's way better. What? You like our hat? Oh, man. Thanks. We were talking about it earlier. It was on clearance, believe it or not. And we were like, self, we need a hat that says all smiles and has some fucking smiley faces all over it. All ones of our fans is going to want it. The Fly Voice, we've been trying to catch that bastard for a long time. We don't know who that is. There's this fly buzzing around and shit. But hold on. There's a fly over there. It's not us, but we'll go see if he's over there. Hold on. I'm a fly, and I land on this live stream. Get out of here, fly! This is a fucking live stream. You can't get me. Fuck you, fly. Oh, that was close. Oh, jeez. So I don't know about any of the fly boys, but no, it was you. Excellent. Well, I don't know about that, but we are going to make sure he's not over there anymore. Just one sec. Of course, in this bottle that's labeled liquid from a company that doesn't like their stuff on. Or not even advertising it. We could show any fucking company that exists. They would have no reason to complain because only ones of people will have seen it. Or nuns. I don't know. That's why we need more coffee. We become parched. Obviously, we only planned on having a cup and kind of kicking it, but, I mean, like we said, you guys have kept this party going, like, longer than it should have. But let's be honest, we weren't invited to the ones that are still going on that are better anyway, so, yeah, nothing else going on. Oh, what else? Oh, man, we have been enjoying. Let's totally switch. We've talked about whatever. Let's talk now about whatever else. We had it downloaded for a long time, right? Some games. Riots. We don't like that band. LA Riot. Yeah, not our favorite. You got like old school punk rockers and stuff like that, like Casualties, Total Chaos, all those Riot songs are all right. But yeah, we never got into LA Riot or anything like that. Never really dove into the discography or anything. But anyhow, we had it downloaded for a good while. Hadn't jumped into it until recently and stuff, but the Expedition 33, Claire Obscure or whatever, been enjoying that one. We're only on the first couple little chapters and stuff, but, we were going through some other titles and stuff like that, and then, whatever, life, playing other stuff here or there. We've been rocking some Arena and such, whatever, but, we're we aren't a Mason, but we do know some, whatever, but, we do find the organization fascinating, as far as, a lot of the, historical, things affiliated and tied to it. Well, like a 33-degree, Mason. From what we understand, most Masons, believe it or not, and we could be entirely wrong, are pretty forthcoming with anything you would like. Now, we are not one ourselves. We know a couple, okay, but from what we understand, they're pretty forthcoming with anything you would like to go and, find out and stuff. If you go, knock on their door and whatnot at one of their, buildings and something, be like, hey, I'd like to learn about, hoopla doopla. I think that they are fairly open-minded to discussing and sharing stuff. Now, again, we aren't, and we haven't, and we cannot say that everywhere it is or would or will. But from what we understand and what we have been told, they're pretty forthcoming with some stuff. We've seen a couple specials as well, man, that do some of the like diving into the historical aspects of, their organization and things of that nature. And it is always fascinating to us. But yeah, no, we don't follow it or nothing like that. And that ain't us. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of interesting stuff, man, with some of that historical stuff out there. But, it's all conjecture, man. No one was around, when that stuff was around. Except maybe Elon Musk, if he's a symbiotic, AI robot guy or whatever. No. Which we're not saying he is. We're not saying that, Mark Zuckerberg is either. Obviously, because they're probably not. And, they wouldn't be because those things don't exist. Yeah, but anyhow, first 32 games jumping in on 33. Yeah, we didn't play the first 32 games either, but that's how most franchises work nowadays. They just keep cranking them out iteration after iteration when no one fucking asks for them. Look at Borderlands iteration 4 or 5 or whatever the fuck's coming out. They call it Borderlands 4 or whatever. It's not fucking Borderlands 4. It's like Borderlands 8. Tiny Tina's Wonderworld Land. The fucking next level Tiny Tina's Wonderworld Land. The fucking, re-releases and iterations. Even Borderlands VR 2 or whatever. Borderlands 2 VR. They've released so many iterations. We didn't ask for any of them, but we didn't play the first 32 iterations of this one either. Most companies just keep cranking them out, and apparently this one, though, that we jumped in on, we're enjoying our time with it, so thank God for that. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, all you need. Hey, man, go to some of the classics and old schools, man. Absolutely, if that's where you find your, entertainment in the video game medium and spectrum, man, we're huge gamers. We came in at the Atari. We just the one button, one joystick, man. It's how we got so good at shitty games. That's why we suck at games now. There's too many fucking buttons. How do you expect old boomers to remember them all? They just keep coming out with more buttons on every controller. Have you seen those fucking Elite controllers? You can even put buttons on that shit. You're like, how the fuck is someone like us supposed to keep up with the times? You're not. Fucking turn your stream off. What? That's mean. Maybe inherently right, but still mean. Okay, it's not that mean. Okay, whatever. Well, good. Everyone should be real. You know who said it best? Ja Rule and J-Lo. 'Cause I'm real. The way you walk, the way you talk. I'm real. Oh, yes, you are. Now, you and Ja Rule got beef. Oh, did he set up that fucking watch theft with Elon Musk? That motherfucker! Oh, man. If these type that get in bed with each other don't stop teaming up to make your existence and life a living hell, we are going to take complete issue with it. If it affected us, we would be even passionate about it and let any of that be conveyed or expressed, to yourself as well. I mean, yeah. You're only in the first place, of course. And then Elon drove by in his fucking Tesla. Snatch, bitch! That's my motherfucking watch! Like, no, Elon, that's mine, you motherfucker! No one send this to Elon. We are trying to get a free Tesla from him because Grok keeps fucking our shit up. Send it to Grok. On second thought, send this to Elon. You probably owe us a fucking Tesla because Grok keeps fucking our shit up. Anyhow, I mean, you don't really, Elon, but, we'll be your friend because you're rich. We need rich friends. Rolled down the Cybertruck window. Yeah, and took your fucking watch. He could buy a watch. He could buy a watch. He could probably he would fucking start a watch company. He probably has a fucking watch company. Does Starlink make fucking watches? They do, don't they? If not, you can probably put one of those satellites on your fucking wrist. It'll tell you the time in Elon Musk's voice. Or, I don't know, maybe. It's conjecture. We don't have one. We would like one, though, Elon. For real. Send us a free Starlink and, like, free fucking internet. We would love it. Oh, that'd be so awesome. Has anyone sent this to Elon yet? No, no one's here. Oh, well, fuck. Okay. Well, wishful thinking anyway. Anyhow, do a dance. Well, we don't dance. We don't enjoy it, and we don't do it. Elon likes the thrill of danger. Yes, he seems like the type. I mean, what else? What other thrills is a, world-renowned billionaire gonna get? Whether for, positive renown or negative, depending on where you feel on the spectrum. Sometimes people like him, sometimes people hate him. Sometimes people want to carve male genitalia into inanimate objects. But, it's happened in bathrooms for years. So what's the difference if it's on a Tesla, right? It's not nice or polite or right, and we don't condone doing it. No one should do it. But, depending on where you sit on the spectrum, might be where you feel on those things happening. We don't condone any stuff that is, bad stuff. Or would get us into legal trouble. Or any kind of trouble. We can't afford it, obviously. So, anyhow, we don't know any Chinese, unfortunately. We barely know any English. So, our little bit of Spanish, our little bit of German. We used to be able to count to 10 in Korean. We studied a little Korean, actually, because the most awesome mixed reality game studio, Skycamp Studio, hooked us up with a free game. We were sponsored. Again, why we're shitty celebrities. Okay, we had a sponsorship. Yes, feel free to touch us through the screen. Yes, you may touch us through the screen. No, fuck no. I'll get germs. Fair enough. We understand. But no, Skycamp Studio, man, mixed reality studio. They hooked us up with a title, man, or whatever. Yeah, mighty, mighty kind of them. But yeah, phenomenal, games, man, mixed reality, all that. They're a South Korean-based studio, we believe, but again, we do not live in the area or anything like that, and we don't know what is that the 38th parallel in Korea, north-south? We don't know where they lie on which side of the parallel, but we believe they are a South Korean company. Skycamp Studio, yeah, of course, someone would have to delve into the research further than that knows more about it than ourselves, which, while we know a lot of crap, anything pertaining to them isn't, and we haven't learned it yet, but they are, a great little game studio company, man, that's been cranking out some of those mixed reality titles that we've been enjoying the hell out of. Mixed reality, having come in at Atari, we've been enjoying mixed reality and Mark of the Zuckerberg's virtual reality, mixed reality, little headgear machine offering and stuff, the meta of the Quest. We've been enjoying the hell out of that one, man. What a phenomenal device, and especially you do that mixed reality, any combat warfare and whatnot. It's phenomenal, man. There's games out there where you can position spawn points for weapons, and you can make barricades and barriers in your entire living room and go through and, pick them up, and grenades and shit, and make capture the flag games in your living room or your parents' living room when you come upstairs from your mom's basement. Whatever, fair enough. You can, set all the, spawn points and shit, and when you get off to where you have to go back to in your actual physical environment to respawn, mixed reality is the future as far as a lot of those elements of gameplay and things of that. It's just an offering that for
You've
us
got mail.
Come in at, different types and kinds and stuff like that. We're going to check one thing. We might be right back maybe in a minute. We'll see how it goes. So, anyhow, well, we're going to have to call it now on that one because we got some other stuff to tend to. But you all have a great rest of the night. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll try and catch you next time.